What's up, guys? Welcome to the Pat Cave. On today's episode, we're going to take a deep dive on what's behind me. The toys, the stories behind them, and what got me into collecting. Let's do it. Today's uniform, Green Lantern. Whew, love that part. Alright, so let's get started with my top 10 favorite action figures and toys. Alright, so number 10 is Barry Allen Blue Lantern. So in the comic book Blackest Night, all the Lantern Corps have to come together to fight Black Hand, which is like the Black Lantern. So a bunch of power rings are sent all over the universe for like Flash, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. All of these superheroes become lanterns in this storyline. I highly suggest it. This is one of my favorite comic book arcs ever. I think it's the only one I've read. So, anyway, so I got this at 2018 C2E2 in Chicago. I'm a huge Flash fan and obviously a huge Lantern fan, so this was just like right up my alley. Blue Lanterns stand for hope, and Barry Allen definitely has the most hope out of all the Justice League members. So number 10, Barry Allen, Blue Lantern. Alright, so let's go on to number 9, which has the place of... We're gonna dive in. Alright, so number 9, let's...
Number 9's a bust!
Number 9's a bust. I'm just gonna go get number 9. Alright, here's number 9, which is my Batman bust. So the reason this one makes my list is because it's my favorite interpretation of the Batsuit. So I got this at a local comic book shop in Peoria, Acme Comics, shout out. I bought a Superman, a Robin, this one, and then another Batman. I'm gonna actually bring out the other Batman so I can compare them and show you the differences. So clearly these are two different designs and two different artists, probably from different eras and comic book runs. But you can tell this has more of a tactical batsuit, and this one is more classic leather belt. You've got the more draped cape instead of more armored right here. So I'm very picky about my batsuits. I think these ears are too long, and then these ears are just a tad too short. So you can't please everyone.
You guys aren't even trying. You could at least talk to each other.
So number 8 is my bobblehead Spider-Man from the Tobey Maguire Sam Raimi series. Now, when this movie came out, it blew my tiny, tiny mind. I did just recently watch it, and I will say it does not hold up as well as I remember, but it's still a fantastic series, and I loved every minute of it. Except, you know what I'm talking about. So this movie was completely ahead of its time. It might not have finished as strong as it started, but still, this is my favorite piece to remember it by.
That was great.
Right? I thought that was good.
That was good.
Alright, so number 7. Alrighty. So number 7 is a skateboard, okay? I know that sounds funny, but this is the Avatar Last Airbender skateboard. This is actually custom made Bear Walker. He's on Instagram. You should check out his stuff. So I've actually never ridden this because I don't want to dirty it up. I mean, can you blame me? This thing is legit. So I know a lot of people wouldn't classify Avatar The Last Airbender as a superhero show, but I mean, they're super powered people, right? So we won't get into that because we could debate for hours. So a piece like this from one of my favorite shows just had to make my list. All right, let's go to number 6. So number 6 is this bust of Mr. Freeze. So I love this depiction of him because usually he's a doctor trying to save his wife. That's his motivation, right? Now it almost looks like he's ready to like go into World Wrestling Federation or something. I mean, this mohawk, the cut off sleeves, he looks very BA. Yeah, I really like the style of Mr. Freeze here, so I'll probably try to find more busts from this collection.
Why?
So number 5 is this gigantic Batman the Animated Series toy. Now I've had this since I was like 6 or 7. It stayed in pretty good shape considering how bad I treated this thing as a kid. But the one thing that blows my mind, and another reason it makes this list, is because it still works. It still lights up. You can't... Same batteries. This thing is a tank. What's for dinner? Justice. So number 4 for my favorite action figures is Hal Jordan, Blue Lantern, Green Lantern. Now, one of my favorite things to do at conventions and Comic-Cons is to seek out toys like this. The ones I haven't seen before, or the ones that I find super interesting, like that Barry Allen, the Blue Lantern. And actually, I'm a little jealous of him right now. Hold on. A little bit of blue, a little bit of green. I actually remember when I was buying this that another guy was looking at it. You know, we were kind of battling for it. Luckily, I was there first, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the lantern's charged.
Is he still glaring at me?
So it's a great depiction of my two favorite Lantern Corps, and for that reason alone, it's number 4. So number 3 is this Peter Parker SpiderMan Transformer. Now watch this. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking here with the half mask, because he's clearly still exposed as Peter Parker.
Gotta say, Tiger, you fill out that costume nicely.
I picked this one so high on the list mainly for nostalgic reasons. This was probably my first go-to Spider-Man toy as a kid. So the number 2 spot goes to my OG homie, this little Batman from the animated series. So I took this thing everywhere. I'm talking school to sporting events, family get-togethers. If I wasn't playing with it, he was in my pocket for sure. Again, very nostalgic, but I mean, come on, look at him. Look at him. So shout out to my parents for keeping all my old toys, because the memories that this thing brings back is priceless.
They actually let him keep it.
So now let's go into the number 1 favorite toy that I own. So this is Nightwing. I know a lot of the people watching already know who he is, but for those that don't, this was the first Robin, Batman's first apprentice.
Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Garfield Logan.
Your name's Tim? And yours is Dick?
So I bought this figure about 4 years ago, and it really brought back my love for collecting. So this isn't like the other action figures that can bend or be played with. It's mainly just to admire. I don't know, this is just my favorite interpretation of Nightwing. It's actually on a magnet bottom, which is super cool so it doesn't fall. So for all those reasons, that's why this figure is number 1 for me.
Robin, where are you?
Still in your shadow.
Oh.
Alright guys, so there it is, my top 10 favorite action figures in the Pat Cave. I love doing shows like this, so I'm going to keep at it, so hit that subscribe button if you want to follow the journey. Did you have any of these toys back when you were younger? Tell me your favorite toy in the comments, I'd love to talk about them. Alright, thanks guys for tuning in, and remember, where there's a will, there's a way.